welcome to Marrowshaft Nights, the city where anything's possible for the right price. Now then, whether you are new, joining us here for the first time, or whether you are returning, we just want to say a massive thank you to you. Now, don't forget, if you are a little bit out of touch with what's going on Marrowshaft Nights, we do have the previous episodes currently up on YouTube. You can find them at Ampersand's D20 YouTube channel. You can probably also find them here on Twitch under Ampersand D20 channel. Now then, who's ready for some D&D fun?
Absolutely, always.
I mean, you're all contractual. You have to be.
Yes.
Right.
For it.
I was talking to the listeners, not breaking the fourth wall. Dear God, they're not here for you. They're here for me. Right.
Fair enough.
Right. Some quick introductions. You've already heard some of these wonderful people. Let's have a quick whip round and meet some of these delightful people. Right. First up, playing the wonderful Theo, we have the sharp-eared Mashashy.
Hey. I'm Mashashy. I'm an author and Twitch streamer. You can find me as part of the Uwu crew, doing breakfast bounce every morning. We're VTubers, we have fun, we're lewd, we're crude, and it's all a good way to start your morning. I play Thea, and she's over it. She's ready to break into the zoo and kidnap this bear and do whatever it takes to basically get away from these people. But she's starting to, they're starting to grow on her a little bit.
No chance.
Except Barty. She's had 6 months of that shit.
Okay, dokes. Right, that is the wonderful Mash. Next up, we have playing Barty, very, very wonderful Mr. Callum.
Hi, yes. I am Cal, and you can find me on many socials at CleeTTRPG. I will be playing the aforementioned Barty Gwarthek, the formerly cow-faced rogue. He currently has a octopus face and is currently adjusting to that fact. Some things about Barty: he is married to his adorable wife. That's Thea, who he loves dearly. But maybe one day he shall receive the love in return. We shall see. Until then, he is going to continue to steal and swindle and charm his way into getting various trinkets and things and hopefully survive a battle with a Gysippan Bunny Bear. We shall see. Thank you very much.
Hopefully. Right, next up in our cavalcade of smut, we have the very wonderful Willow, played by Kat.
Hi, yes, I am Kat, or Cat Tulip, and I play Willow, who is a barbarian centaur. So, you've got to climb a wall. She's a horse. But when she gets over the wall, she's going to hit things really, really, really hard. Hopefully. Miss. Not really sure. But yeah, so, like I said, centaur, horse, barbarian, likes hitting and drinking beer. And his best friend is Solly.
Aww. Speaking of Solly, let's introduce Solomon, played by Kalvin.
Evening, everyone. Yes, I'm Kevin Double K, nonsense streamer who streams most days here on Twitch. I am playing the aforementioned Solomon. Solomon is a human monk here to learn about new creatures and animals, and currently is getting a very up-close and personal experience with some jams. So this could be fun. I already lost 5 hit points when I fell off the wall. So this can only get better.
Oh, yes. As the Reem said. Can only get better. All right. There you go. That is the cast. Of course, there is myself, AJ. I'm the Dungeon Master and the host. You can usually find me doing the same thing for the Adventurers Anonymous podcast. If you don't know that, go to your nearest podcast outlet and track it down. But for tonight, I will be hosting Marrowshaft Nights. Now then, a quick recap. I'm going to give you a quick recap, and then Mashashy has written you a wonderful tune, and she's going to play that for you. But just to orientate yourself, if you're not familiar or whether you need, it's been a couple of weeks, in the world of Marrowshaft, it's a city by the coast, built on various layers of infrastructure, with the rich living up in the spires and the poor living down in the slums. And our friends found themselves, well, let's just say they found themselves quickly evicted from their tenancy when they trashed their flats. And they needed some quick money. So they heard that there was a job going in the Underhelm, which is the lower strata of society, that the syndicate of crime there, called the Tattered Circle, which was headed up by a man called Lascivious Finch, was recruiting people to carry out certain crimes. Now, they auditioned. I say they auditioned. They cheated. They kind of sent all of the other candidates to sleep magically, but they somehow got themselves to the front of the queue to audition for said crime. Now, the crime itself is to kidnap the Archbishop Aldrich von Gooch and deliver a sermon in the cathedral. In order to prove their worth, first of all, they had to do a trial job. Now, that trial job was to kidnap a Gysippan Bunny Bear. Now, not just any Gysippan Bunny Bear, a naked Gysippan Bunny Bear, which resided in Marrowshaft's zoo. Now, our party of retrobates set off to try and make their way to the zoo, of course, stopping off in the pub, where they met a whole hive of scum and villainy, and even picked up my first criminal kit along the way to help them. Having made their way to Marrowshaft Zoo, they tried to afford themselves entry to the zoo. But what basically happened, as we wound up last time's episode, was that Solomon climbed to the top of the wall and fell off, landing with a crunch in an enclosure full of small creatures known as jam-jams. Now, jam-jams are mystical little creatures. Now, the best way I could describe a jam-jam to you is imagine if you reached out the palm of your hand and you had a tiny little reindeer in there with antlers. Well, that's what Solomon landed on, killing it, crushing it underneath him, cushioning his fall, if you will, doing a mere 5 points of damage. But as he turned around, he saw there were 9 other jam-jams in the jam-jam enclosure, hissing angrily at the man who had just crushed their friend. Now, before we dig into this wonderful little image, Mashashy has written us a little song.
The next verse in the Marrowshaft Nights. I haven't released this yet, so I'll do that after stream. I do apologize. On a quest to quell a vampire's whim, our party went and sought an inn. Before we could break in the zoo, we all had stuff to do. In Marrowshaft, our humble home, where demons came and claimed the throne. In Marrowshaft, all right is wrong, and devils sing you songs. Stuck to the floor of the hen and chicken, found a perch that was good for sitting, bird-footed with an old owl a bit, and solemn Willie bought the first crime kit. And falling also in disgrace, tentacles burst from Bertie's face. And then I got to take a nap. Willow, she's got my back. And we finally got our shit together. Thought we was ready for any whatever. Got knocked down by the shutters and doors. So Solomon tried the outer wall. Oh no, he fell to the other side, and a poor jam-jam was crushed alive. In Marrowshaft, in Marrowshaft, in Marrowshaft, our humble home, where demons came and claimed the throne. In Marrowshaft, all right is wrong, and devils sing you songs. We sing you pretty, pretty songs, we do.
So good, Mash. So good.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, amazing.
I feel like my recap's wasted. How good was that, listeners?
I'll have to put
God
them all
almighty.
together at the end of the series or something.
Oh, absolutely. Can we
Brilliant.
get some love in the channel for that? That was absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much, Mash. Right. So let's pick up the game. You find yourself in the dead of the night. 3/4 of you outside the walls of Marrowshaft Zoo, and one of you somewhat inside the walls of Marrowshaft Zoo.
Okay, I'm the advanced unit.
You tell me which way you want to pick up. As far as you're concerned, Solomon, the Jam Jams, which you're aware are carnivorous, are hissing at you as you're still holding the broken form of presumably one of their uncles, brothers, sisters, lovers, whatever, I don't know, in the palm of your hand.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Two things. How far are the Bumpy Jam Jams from me, and how far is the like the border of their enclosure? Essentially, as they're carnivorous, I'm guessing that they have they are in some sort of enclosure here.
Oh yes.
Otherwise, they'd be nipping children's toes.
I mean, it's Marrowshaft, health and safety.
Good point.
But it's okay. I see your point. Right? Yes. To your point, the Jam Jams are about 10 foot off you. They're pack hunters, so they're all kind of like almost like imagine the New Zealand rugby team doing the haka. You've just got you've just got little reindeer, just sort of like just looking
strangely intimidating.
Yeah, okay. And then they're about 10 feet away, and then you've got the wall behind you that goes all the way up. It's like just a standard brick wall. You can see the mortar is kind of crumbled out of it, and some of the bricks are a little bit shitty and moss covered. And then the enclosure itself is about 20 feet across, raises up on a smooth stone wall to prevent the creatures climbing out, and then there's just a little railing where normally children and people would throw bits of meat down, and as you look down you see in the enclosure, just to give you a little bit of colour and context, you see that there are little bones. Now what you realise is that the Jam Jams, the way Jam Jams nest, listeners, if you were interested, is they gather together little bones and they make a nest out of them, so you can see little Jam Jam nests made out of small bones of things they've eaten. Yes, for the purposes of this, you are 10 feet away from a bunch of Jam Jams with your back to the wall.
That's sinister.
Oh, and you've also got 2 puncture wounds in your arse, where like a Jam Jam.
Oh yeah, of course.
Literally dug into your anal meat. Anal meat is probably a strong word.
Yes.
I'm sorry, listeners. Anal
Not
meat.
even 5 minutes into the episode. Okay, cool. I don't want to all these things if I don't have to. So I'm going to attempt. I've got 40 feet of movement as a monk because speedy boy. So I'm going to try and run to the edge of their enclosure where I'm assuming the wall's not as high as the one I came over, and use my quarterstaff as a kind of improvised pole vault. Trying to help me get over the wall to safety. And then, if this works, I might be able to be useful.
I love that. Okay, yeah, you're about 20 feet away from the outside of the enclosure wall. The enclosure wall's about 10 feet high, give or take. The Jam Jams are only little things, and they don't really have jumping. Like, jumping is not in the wheelhouse of a Jam Jam. So, yeah, you're 40 feet. You can certainly try that. I mean, you want to use your movement to make it to the outer wall. You see 9 little heads turn and hiss. As you see the razor-sharp little teeth in the Jam Jams.
I feel this is time I need to leave.
Pulling your quarterstaff off your back, you place it in between 2 bits of crumbling brickwork on the floor and try and vault. I need you to make me an acrobatic skill check, please.
Oh, here we go again. Do this through D&D Beyond. Come on. Oh my god, it might actually be good. 18!
18! As you run, slamming the staff down in a gap between some crumbling brickwork on the floor, you lean back. You feel your quarterstaff creaking and bending. For a millisecond, you think, this is it. I've broken my quarterstaff. As it twangs, firing you into the air. One arm on the lip of the wall, you pull yourself up, snatching your quarterstaff back. You see you have a small Jam Jam which is bitten onto the end of your quarterstaff as you see they've chased you. As you pull your quarterstaff up face to face with a Jam Jam.
Okay, I want to try and sort of flick it off back into the enclosure. I don't want to hurt it, but I also don't want to have to deal with this.
Maybe put a spider outside and just like eat it.
Yeet. Make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh,
Make me a sleight of hand check, Solomon.
I can definitely try that. Oh! 19! Apparently I'm doing good rolls this evening.
Is it finally we're starting to get good rolls at the end of the series?
Yeah.
You basically look at it, it goes at the end of you as you just flick it very deftly off the end of your quarterstaff as it goes, and it just almost like 10-pin bowling just smashes into the other jams back down to the enclosure as they all go skittering end over end as you hear them scuttling around in the darkness down below. You've other than 2 puncture wounds to your anal meat, you've done yourself proud there, Solomon. You've done yourself proud.
Genuinely, Solomon isn't the best when it comes to the students of the wardens. So yeah, he's gonna like be walking all chest puffed out straight back after that because he's gonna feel very proud of himself that he actually didn't manage to mess something up.
As you look down at the crushed form of the jam, which I presume you just tossed back into the.
Yeah, well, maybe they'll eat it and he'll be fine.
Dark.
It's fine. Circle of life and all that stuff. It's fine.
Never going on safari with you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So if I remember rightly, the door that we saw the last of the staff leaving isn't that far from where we scaled the wall.
No, not at all. No, it's just off to one side. You can see the other side of it.
I've obviously taken up quite a bit of time with this stuff, so I'm happy to start making my way towards that door to see if I can open it from this side to let the others in.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, it's only like, 20, 30 feet away. You see it straight ahead of you. It's a service door that, says staff members only, etc. It's designed more for staff to leave the park rather than patrons to enter it. So, yeah, you make you on that side. The rest of you, well, you were all standing on the outside of the walls. You saw them fall off. You heard a run and some hissing and screaming and I don't know. What are the rest of you doing outside Marrowshaft Zoo?
That didn't sound good.
Me? I mean, guys, hey.
What?
Why did we try and climb the wall? Why don't you just get on my back and see if you can get up the wall from there?
Well, the wall's quite tall.
Wait! How bad does the wall look? And do you think I could knock it down?
I wonder how the zoo manager would appreciate.
We're about to steal an animal from him.
Yes, but I know for a fact that it's the running of the jams tomorrow, much like Pamplona. So, I think
we can just let them run early.
It's the biggest day of the year for the zoo.
Let them run early. Okay, either someone else has got to go up there to find Solly, because he's not answering. I don't know, he might have been eaten by jams.
I'm pretty sure he's dead at this point. Move on.
Find a new life partner.
So it's either...
10 minutes, Izzy.
I personally vote you go up and check, Barty.
Me? Why me? Exactly.
Because I'm not strong enough to climb that rope.
Oh.
And Willow can't do it.
Willow is a horse person, correct? And you are
But I
lazy
can
as
knock
fuck.
the wall down!
I am physically incapable of holding my own body weight.
Okay, this is fine. Allow Barty to do again save the day. I'm just gonna say that no one's ever come face to face with a jam
Barty?
before and survived. So good riddance to him.
Barty, this is your chance to show Theo your worth.
What, like 2 copper?
Shh! She's doing this all in front of this. She's like, shh, Theo. Know what I mean, Barty? Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Do it.
I understand. Okay. I'm going to take my squid
I
face.
don't even see his mouth.
Yeah, my new squid face, and I'm going to try and stick my face to the wall and then crawl up it using my octopus face.
Wow.
Using my sucky
I mean,
face.
there's literally a rope right there. Like, the rope didn't fall down, it was
It
solid.
doesn't matter. This way is more impressive. He will have your love.
Jesus Christ.
Adapt to any situation.
So wrapping your tentacles up the wall. Now, listeners, he has an octopus face, so he has tentacles hanging down the front of his mouth. They're not technically load-bearing. You're gonna have to make me an athletics check there, Barty.
I'll show you who's got a load-bearing face. Right.
Okay.
Athletics, here it comes.
Oh yes.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. You see him run at the wall, leap face first. As his tentacles plant onto the wall, his face smashes off. At Barty, you hear a wet crunching noise as you just land on your ass in a puddle, and you feel the wet coppery taste of blood in your mouth as you just look upwards at the wall.
Does she love me yet? Turning towards Willow. Does she love me? Does she...
Definitely a fraction, smidge, maybe more than 20 minutes ago.
Willow,
Right, and literally, Thea's just gonna look at you, and she's just gonna be like, "Definitely love you a little bit less. Stop encouraging him."
you do notice that Barty, in impacting face first into the wall, has one of his tentacles is swollen. It's become engorged. So he's got one engorged tentacle.
Not touching that.
We've got tentacle birth.
You can heal that yourself. Not
got a
touching
throbbing
it.
tentacle.
So Barty climbing the wall with his face didn't work, and he now has a swollen it that we maybe don't want to look at. Can you just turn maybe Barty so we don't... So, options. Break down the wall.
Go for it,
Because
try
Solomon's
it.
dead.
And if not, then I will use the rope. But let's see how that goes.
Would we not be better off? Would we not be able to break down the door easier than the wall below?
You underestimate the power of Willow's hooves.
Right, in the amount of time it's taken you to have this conversation, where you're just having a little conflab, we're going to pan back to, just for the sake of expediency and narrative.
No, if Solomon can open the door, please open the door, Solomon. Don't let Barty use
reached the
his
door
face.
on the other side. You can hear the tittering of your friends on the other side. You heard a crunching noise, but thought little of it. As you see, a simple brass handle on a wooden plated door. The keyhole.
Hey, oh, cool. I shall unlock the door from this side. Try and open it. Actually, sorry, I just want to double check something.
Have a thieves toolkit or a lockpick or
No, I've got some darts that I could try and do as improvised lockpicks, but I don't think that'll work
I can
particularly
get.
well.
I will let you make the check with disadvantage.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
do
Sleight
that.
of hand. Sleight of hand at disadvantage.
Okay, so
as you see the old brass handle and keyhole on the reinforced padded wooden door.
okay, I shall do that roll twice. This time.
Who actually has the beginners?
That would be an 8.
An 8.
An 8.
2 darts in there. You're just waggling around, like almost doing, like, you know, it's like a toddler doing keyhole surgery. As you know, you hear a crunch and a click, and then you get all buoyed up and you try the handle, but it's still stiff. It's not
Shush, everyone!
happening
There's
for
someone
you.
at the door. Be quiet.
Yeah, you can all hear a scratching as you all turn around. You hear like a coming from the door.
Like legit, who wound up with the My First Crime kit? Because whose inventory is that in?
Don't know who.
Barty had it, because Barty was at the
Barty was at the bar. Barty was getting chatted up by the sleazy owlbear. Listeners, if you have not heard the sleazy owlbear,
I was going
hurry
to say,
ye to
I
YouTube.
suspect I have it because I paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but he handed it to Barty because we paid for it through the
Oh,
other
yeah.
guy, and the owl went and got it
Owl
all
gave
sorted,
Barty.
and Barty was
And then he,
the closest to the owl.
Look,
So
Barty, you
technically
look
Barty
down in
has
the puddle,
the-
you see the small Hessian sack, which has various bits and bobs in my first toolkit, which,
Had
if I
a
was sensible,
lockpick.
Oh yeah, that reminds me.
had-
You don't need to worry about your swollen tentacle because you've got your fake beard on.
Let me just say, it had a grappling hook, a net, a rope, balaclava, some random DNA, which I believe was semen, a fake beard, and I will say a lockpick. No one's buying a My First Crime kit without a lockpick.
I don't know. That seems like an upgrade from My First. You don't go straight from beard wearing to lockpicking.
Well, anyway.
I mean, yes, we've got loads of lockpicks. Let's do this.
I think the barman quite liked Barty and gave him a little extra.
Yeah. So Thea has proficiency with the My First Crime kit we agreed. That's what she did the thingy on.
Right.
So yeah, just wanted to remind everyone, figure that out. Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to do the lockpicking then? Because
why would she do the lockpicking when there's somebody trying to get through from the other side?
Because we think he's dead.
Hear this scratching. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
I'm gonna go up to the door and be like, "Hello, is that the jams that ate Solly?"
What are you talking about? It's Solomon.
Oh, thank God.
Guys, this jam's called Solomon too. You killed my friend Solly.
I'm not a jam.
Now you're trying to break out.
It's me, Solomon, as in your friend Solomon. Jams can't talk.
Guys, jams can't talk, and it's Solly.
Keep it down, Willow.
Jams can't talk, and it's Solly.
Are you going to let us in, or...?
Are you gonna...
Having a bit of difficulty. There's no key to unlock it.
Try the handle.
Okay. Try the handle.
It's locked.
Shit. That usually
It's
works.
I did a very poor job in trying to jim from this side. Would you
Give
be
it
able
to me, then.
Right, do it then.
I will lockpick it. It's been quite some time since I've had to do a break-in, but nevertheless...
Do you have any proficiency in that? I can't see your character sheet.
I have Thieves' Tools proficiency.
All right, so there you go. Add your proficiency bonus, and roll me a sleight of hand, please.
I certainly will. It's a 14. It's been some time.
It's been some time as you push your tools in. Now, at this point, Solomon, you feel your tools being pushed out of the other orifice of the keyhole. As you...
I'll try and remove those so I'm not getting in the way.
Yeah, it's like lockpicking DP. As you're pushed out as his tool is pushed in, basically. It's a one in, one out kind of scenario here. Where did all the listeners go? I don't know. They all ran away simultaneously. How did you reach 0 subscribers in a single sitting, AJ?
I was going to say, you clearly don't understand the internet. They're all thirsty. They'll be loving this.
Fine.
All that tool pushing.
What was your sex tape called, AJ? 2 picks, 1 lock. Right. Excellent. Getting back to it, listeners. Enough of this smut. There we go. Yeah. You feel, your tools are pushed out. As Barty, you pushed your tools in, and with a deftness and a litheness of somebody who has snuck their way into many establishments that they were not welcome or due to be at, you feel a certain amount of resistance in some familiar places as you feel a clunk click as you step back with a degree of swagger and braggadocio as you turn the handle and it very gently opens. As you pull the door open and you just see the crouching form of Solomon, still holding 2 darts.
You can stand up now, Solomon. Everyone, welcome to the zoo as I twirl my tentacle.
In a helicopter with your tentacle.
What's Willow saying?
Swinging my tentacle like a cane, like whistling.
Barty said that the jams had eaten you, and then he smashed his face on the wall. I think he was sad or something. I'm not sure. Look! And she lifts up the beer. He's got a swollen tentacle.
Thank you for that, Willow. We were going to keep that private.
I was going to say, don't point things out like that to other people. It's rude.
But Solly is like one of us. Anyway, go steal things. We got Sal at the door talking.
Move this conversation inside a little bit more.
Yeah.
Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop. Goes the horse.
Jeez. Oh my word.
As you make your way inside The zoo pulled the door closed behind you. Now, at this point, Barty, I'm going to ask you, are you locking it behind you or are you leaving it as a...
I'm going to lock it behind me and also put a little drop of someone else's DNA on the door handle.
But that's our escape route.
I don't
Smearing
care.
semen on a door handle.
Yes. Someone really, really likes doors.
Was Barty in the military?
Yes. Famous
Privately educated.
activity in the military, this, yes.
Look, I've known some squaddies. They get up to some depraved things when they're bored.
I've never heard of wet
Off-duty
door handle
fucking a
before.
doorknob.
Fucking a
Fantastic.
doorknob. Yes,
There we
I'll just
go.
sprinkle a little bit on there for flavour. Let's do it.
Enough. I'm out. No. Carrot. No, carrot.
I think it's either rub, drip. I don't know about sprinkle. Sprinkle's something you do with like hundreds and thousands, or sugar. It's not crystallized DNA.
We're sprinkling DNA, yeah.
All right, you wanna sprinkle your DNA on right, whatever. Yeah. Right, we're getting away from the storyline here. Look, the listeners are running away. We're never going to get any fucking subscribers if we keep on talking about smearing our own DNA on a doorknob. Right, that's happening. I should never have asked. I regret my life choices. Walking away from that disgusting fucking montage, we find ourselves darkened. Now, the floodlights are off. Hang on. Yeah, okay. It's magical. The alchemical lights in the zoo are off. So you're plunged in darkness, walking down a walkway. You see on the right the jam jams. Now in the moonlight, you can see the 9 other jam jams are feasting on the corpse of the 10th jam jam that Solomon squished. As you carry on deeper into the park, you see a hedge just heading off in one way. There's only one way you can go from here. It's just a path.
Oh yeah, I do have dark vision. Cool.
We'll follow.
I do not. I am a lowly human.
Ah.
Oh, she's not going to share that fact. That was for me.
She's
To be
walking
fair,
on the
that's
zoo.
over the table.
Oh,
That's
by
over
the way, I
table.
have dark vision.
No, I was like, oh yeah, I do have dark vision. Yeah, no, she's not going to share that fact, but she is going to like just start walking quite confidently.
I was about to say, does anyone actually know where this what's the name of this naked
Gysippan-
bear?
Did I
Gysippan
search
Naked
for a
Bunny Bear.
map or some kind of like guide?
Does anyone know where
that's
it is?
going to
Well,
be
it's
very
their
clear?
prized exhibit, so I'm just going to point towards the sign that hopefully says the famous Marrowshaft Gysippan Naked Bunny Bear.
No.
Damn.
Right, yeah. Thea, you look around. You see like a little gazebo slightly ahead, which is obviously all shut down. You're not entirely sure. It's just got little benches on the inside of a small wooden gazebo. You see ahead with like notice boards and things like that in there.
Cool. She's not going to tell people that's what she's doing. She's just going to kind of start walking and expect they're going to follow.
As you walk over to the gazebo, you stop dead in your tracks as you see with your rather good night vision, a small, elderly, white-haired gnome is kneeling down by one of the benches. He's wearing a set of blue overalls, and he's got a toolkit next to him.
So I'm assuming he's not seeing her. She'll duck back and kind of, if anyone's actually did follow her, she'll make sure that they'll dip as well. She'll be like, shh, there's someone down there.
Okay, my love. Do they look friendly?
It's a gnome.
Well,
It looks old.
Let's not profile based on race now. Let's go and speak. Let's go and speak to the gnome.
You want to go speak to the man who works in the place that we're trying to rob?
Well,
Get past him from where we need to go, or have we got to go past him?
So like this gazebo, does it have any like information packs or anything?
Yeah, you see, like, as you peek around, you're like hiding by the edge of the hedge. As you stick your head around, you see, like, on the inside of the gazebo, it's like bench, and then up there are various notice boards, and you see like a little maps and pamphlets and things like that.
Is it within 30 feet?
Yeah, it's within 30 feet of you. Yeah.
I would like to use my mage hand.
Okay.
Please. To get the...
As you take your mage hand silently, sweeping across the void with your beautifully manicured astral elf mage hand. Make me a sleight of hand with advantage, I'll say, because the mage hand isn't technically touching the ground or anything like that. But you still have to trying to catch a fly between two chopsticks. You're trying to pick up a tiny leaflet and.
How do I do advantage on this?
Roll
it
twice. Roll it twice. Take the higher number.
Okay, just roll it twice. Okay. Sleight of hand, yeah.
I imagine you're still trying to manipulate the mage hand psychically.
Wait, the same roll twice. I got 5.
Take that number. 5, as the giant hand trying to, a bit like the claw in the arcades where you try and pick up the little bear. Your tiny little hand the giant hand floating. You just see it moving spectrally through the night. Behind, just to the left, the elderly man, as it goes to pick up the leaflet, and it gets wedged as you rip a leaflet holder off the wall with all the leaflets on between two fingers, as you just hear a tiny voice going, "Hello, hello." As he looks around, this elderly gnome. Now you see tiny little elderly gnome, wiry, of silver hair, thick-rimmed glasses that have almost magnified his eyes. As he's just got these most amazing eyebrows. They look like 2 caterpillars that are trying to hate fuck each other. Just these amazing kind of wispy eyebrows. Hello, who's there? He's holding a screwdriver. He was screwing on a brass plaque onto one of the.
My love, use your charm.
I can hear you. I know you're there.
Fuck.
Where I am, can I try and hide from his view, just so he does spot? He might.
You can try and melt into the hedge if you want.
Yes, Homer Simpson style. Yes, please.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
In which case, I don't know. Maybe a stealth check. That's probably the easiest thing a DM's ever had to do. I'm an idiot. Make me a stealth check as you try and blend into a hedge.
Okay, here we go. 19!
Yeah, just like Homer
God.
Simpson. Just ripping handful. You just hide in the hedge. As you look over, you just see a family of squirrels look at you and just skitter off through the branches of the hedge.
Right.
Okay, so the guy the guy heard us.
Oh yeah, he's looking around. He's blind as a mole. He's like, "Hello." He's just waving the screwdriver around in a non-threatening way. Reveal yourselves.
Sorry to have startled you. We were just taking this this rare horse to one of the exhibits and got lost, and then everything got closed down and all the lights went off. And well, really, it's supposed to be put in alongside the Gysippan Bunny Bear. Apparently, they come from the same area. And could you help us find the way, by any chance?
Make me a deception check, please.
That's fucking genius, Mash.
Do you know what? It really worries me how fast I come up with these.
That's good.
Well done.
Great. Next time you want to sneak
night.
into a zoo, I'm hitting you up, you know?
Yeah.
What did you get?
Oh, sorry. I got a 15.
15.
It comes through on the roll 20 as well. I've got it set up. So it should
Okay,
come
sorry.
through.
I'm all about your faces. Sorry, I've not got millions of things up. Right. Yes, 15. As you almost condescendingly crouch down to his level. You come down to his level, moving your instrument onto your back. As you talk to him in a very warm and gentle way, as he kind of appreciates that. He's a little bit he's going blind and he's a bit doddery and he can't really hear. As he keeps on moving his ear towards you. As he's like, okay, yes, I see what you're saying. Oh, it's easy enough to get lost. I've worked here for 40 years. Jarvis Baxter. As a small withered hand comes out.
She'll tentatively shake it, but she's probably hiding a bit of a sneer. Let's be honest.
As his hand is dry as dust, as it enters into yours, as it's just dwarfed in your hand. As he's like, okay, yes, no problem. would you mind helping me just hold this plaque as he's putting in the last screw?
I'll get my assistant, Bertie. Could you?
For the
could you
last
help?
time, my love, it's Barty.
We're at work. You can't call me that. I keep telling you this. It's so unprofessional.
Barty,
Shit.
as you take the screwdriver off the small gnome and you apply the last screw into this brass plaque on a bench, it reads, "In memory of Agnes Merriweather, who hated this zoo and everyone in it." As you just screw in the last screw onto the commemorative bench as Theo, Jarvis Baxter, the caretaker gnome, walks over to the spectral hand that's holding the leaflets, pulls one out and says, "Yes, well, not a problem. Good luck with your equine display. As yes, you take this path down here, and when you reach the crossroads, you'll see the Gabrothian feta snipes in front of you. Be very careful of those. And then off to the left, past the beady-eyed Larisian snodes, and then you will find the Naked Gysippan Bunny Bear at the end. So get to the crossroads, first left, third animal on the right."
Oh,
As he
thank
hands you
you
the map.
so much. I'm going to take this as well. Thank you. Thank you so much for your help. Have a lovely evening, sir.
I will, and good luck with your fine horsey friend over there, who's waving at me.
Clip clop. She's going to make some horsey sounds so that he can hear that she's a horse. She's also going to say clip clop at the same time.
All right. If you want to play it that way, make me a deception check.
No!
Ah!
Okay, right, guys. This is my first D&D Beyond roll. Okay,
Oh, all right.
let's roll big.
Seems good.
That's not the face of someone who rolled big.
9. 9. As he looks, he's like, "Yeah, something's fishy here, but I've been here too long." As he takes the screwdriver back off Barty. "Good luck with whatever merry hell you're planning on whipping up tonight. I didn't see you." As you just see, he takes the pamphlet holder back off your mage hand and just takes a screwdriver and just reattaches it back to the wall. "Good luck. Good luck.
Goodbye, friend.
Bye-bye.
Yes. Goodbye.
Not your friend."
Okay. Well, that really hurt, but goodbye.
So here for this sassy gnome.
As you leave the gazebo behind, making your way, you've got your directions. You do with that what you will.
I wrote some notes. It says crossroads left, 3 animals on right. I can't remember what that means. And the directions.
Theo, you know the way, my love. Then
If Theo can lead the way. She has the
Sorry,
map,
it's
so she can
okay
read
to
them.
get out of the bush, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But I am impressed.
I was going to try and style it out.
You
but
showed those squirrels.
I know. Chewed them straight off.
Yes. Fairy-tale bastards.
Exactly.
Every tail bastard. Surprised you didn't smear your DNA on a squirrel.
It was those
Yes.
grey ones as well, not even the red ones.
Thea just really loudly just unfurls the... Do you know, like when you hear someone and they just like flick the paper and it just kind of like snaps? So she just kind of does the math like that and she's like, so it's this way.
Lead the way, my love.
Have you inspected the leaflet at all?
I mean, she'd probably look at it as she was walking. Like, she's bone idle. She's not done it. She'll just pretend like she has.
Oh, shit.
But she will read it as she's walking because she's like able to read and see in the dark. So.
So as you make your way, heading towards the crossroads at the end, leaving the gazebo behind you, you look down at the leaflet and it states the animals in the zoo are the Gabrothian feta snipes. Which shows a picture of something that looks a little bit like a carnivorous woodpecker. You see the beady-eyed Larisian snodes, which I suppose the closest thing we could say, it's almost like meerkats, but they've got eyes the size of dinner plates. You see a picture for a Tamtulian battletoad, which again is exactly what you think it is. It's a giant armored toad. You see the blue-beaked binatong, which looks like it is an aquatic creature that looks something akin to a giant squid. The Naked Gysippan Bunny Bear. The Jam-Jams, which some of you have already met, and the Gamshandi land crabs.
Bertie's already got some of them. We don't need to go visit them.
God almighty, just dip it in natural yogurt, Barty. Dip it in natural yogurt.
I haven't even done it. I've been quiet for a while. Why am I getting shit?
Willow's finding it hard to see because she doesn't have night can't see in the dark very well, and now there's so much shade.
Hey.
Actually, I think technically astral elves might glow slightly, so you might be able to.
Okay, I'm following the beautiful glowy lady.
Yeah.
This.
And as you flip the leaflet over, you see on the back there's also an advert for something that's called Professor Yeep's Poisonous Plant House. And you realise that somewhere in this zoo is a greenhouse that has various exotic poisonous plants.
May swing by there if we have time. I'll point to it on the map to my wife and be like, may you want to pop in there if we've got time after the retrieving the bunny bear, if that's all right, my love.
I mean, I'd like to go too.
Well, yes, we could have
a date.
Romantic walk through the poisonous plant house.
Whoever thought that crime would bring you two closer to it? Lovely.
Yes.
To be said.
So beautiful. Like earlier, Solly, you missed Barty doing something very heroic for Thea's love. It might be how he got the swollen tentacle, but it was very heroic. And
I'm sure it was the thought
Bloody.
that counted, and Theo appreciated it immensely.
I think she did because she didn't sneer quite as much as normal at him.
Oh, it was a reduced sneer, was it? That's
Very slightly, like a fraction reduced.
Oh, okay.
But it could have also
Keep
been
our eyes on them, but don't
constipation.
that can also be that.
I wasn't sure. We'll test it. But definitely keep an eye, just in case.
I swear I'm putting laxatives in all your teas.
Wow.
Because Willow can't see particularly well in the dark, and she forgets that maybe other people can, she's going to be pointedly staring at Thea and Barty, like, or in the direction Thea's kind of glowing. Probably Thea is the only one who is seeing these pointed like looks.
In fact, I think Barty has dark vision, don't you?
No, because I'm
human.
I'm technically human.
Were you technically human? All right, I thought
human.
Technically... I thought he was technically elf. Sorry.
No,
Just a human with a throbbing tentacle.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought you started as an elf.
Although
sorry.
I'm a horse person and I'm descendant from elvic type beings, I can't see in the dark. The human half of me is shit. It doesn't see in the dark. I bet you my butt sees in the dark.
Okay.
Horse part.
Horse
Yeah.
part.
I'm gonna bet it doesn't.
I was going to say,
We
Okay.
can test that later. Anyway.
I'm married.
it's a married man, Willow.
I'm going to say that even you four fuckwits couldn't possibly get lost with the directions. Go to the crossroads, turn left, and it's the third animal on the
You
right.
could certainly try.
I mean, I'm not even going to make you roll because you know what? I want to finish this limited mini-run series that we can do 4 episodes long.
No! You have to give us your life now!
It's fine. And my kids are growing up fast. Right. Okay. As you get to the crossroads, you see other signs pointing in other directions for different things, including the gift shop and a sign for the poisonous plant house. As you make left, and you see first, you walk past the enclosure for the Garbrothian feta snipes, which are currently nesting for the night and not hugely visible. As you walk past the beady-eyed Larisian snodes, who hunkered down, you see at the back they're all gathered together in a little pack for warmth, and they're all kind of like not called a gangbang. What's it called? Nestling. They're nestling together in
Gangbang
a little. I can't remember. I've watched too many wildlife.
But that's when it's really cold. They've got to really keep.
Oh wait, you've watched too many wildlife things, and the phrase you came up with, gangbang. What wildlife shows have you been watching? Here we have the meerkats having a nice gangbang.
I mean, let's just say, like, when the lights go off, Attenborough's a different guy. All right.
Carrot.
Okay. Is that our safety word, by the way? All right. I have no idea.
I can't believe we've made it happen twice already this session.
Oh right. Okay. We've got a vegan safety word. There you go, listeners.
Yeah.
Or carrot than sausage. Love it. Right. Carrot is the safety word, listeners. It's official. It's canon. Right. Moving away from the wildlife menage a trois that's going on like over there, we're going to make our way to the next enclosure, which is the one that we are interested in, the enclosure of the Naked Gysippan Bunny Bear. Now, this is the pride of the zoo, and you can see, a bit like all good theme parks, it's got all the railings because they expect a lot of visitors, but there's obviously no one there. You just see metal railings zigging left to right to kind of slow people down into the enclosure. As you make your way into what is a very large viewing platform in the round in 360 degrees, which is raised up with railings, dropping down into a very, very large pit, if you will. Like it descends. So you've got 360 degrees of railings with various viewing houses, and then in the center you have a depression or a pit, which has various like broken branches and toys you see that have been destroyed, and then in the middle like an ancient tree that's been dead for the longest time and just has like branches and like a tire swing on it. As you are now in the Gysippan Bunny Bear enclosure. Now this would be a very good point for a drinks break. This punctuates the episode nicely. Depending on how things go, we're going to see how we get into it in the next half. But yes, I would suggest everybody runs off, grabs themselves a drink, goes to the toilet, does whatever they need to do, and then we're going to dig into maybe some action. We'll see how badly things go in the next bit. So yeah, give us 5. In the meantime, let's just plug a few things. I'm going to plug the Adventurers Anonymous podcast. Get yourself over there. If you don't know it, go to your nearest provider of podcasts. Check that out. You can find me DMing on there every Friday. We're going to plug the Ampersand D20 YouTube channel, where you can find previous episodes of this and many other amazing series featuring some of these people, and also the Ampersand D20 Discord channel, where you can chat to us about this and many other disturbing things, and you can debate our safety word. And if you want to draw us some artwork, we would be more than blessed if you want to draw us the artwork for a beady-eyed Larisian Snowed gangbang, or any of the characters. That would be a wild blessing. And in the meantime, why not consider hitting subscribe? Just here on the Twitch channel, and never miss another one of these wonderful episodes again. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you very much for bearing with us there whilst our producer went for a poo. That's marvelous. We're glad the numbers are still with us. Well, if you enjoyed the first half, let me just say the second half is going to get even more wild. So you rejoin us on the edge of the Naked Gysippan Bunny Bear enclosure, right? Which hopefully a map will be appearing as if by magic anytime soon in the middle of the console, but we'll bear with it. As the players find themselves on the top left-hand corner of the bunny bear enclosure. Now, whom amongst you has night vision or dark vision? Just the one. Okay.
Were there night vision goggles in the My First Crime kit?
No.
Damn.
It's a balaclava, which is almost the same.
Exact opposite.
Theo,
Yeah.
you are the only one amongst them, as you all lean on the railing at the top edge of the bunny bear enclosure. You look down. It's about 15 or 20 foot drop down into the enclosure, and you see at the far side on the back behind the tree the form of the bunny bear. Now then, let me describe it to you and to you alone, because the rest of you players, you can't see it. Imagine a giant 10-foot bear, but just naked as the day it was born, like just rolls of fat and blubber, almost sumo-esque, as this giant form of this bear sits cross-legged, like just dozing with its back leaned against the far wall. And on the top half of it, again, almost somewhere. Have you ever seen those naked cats? A bit like that, but imagine a naked bunny. So on top of all these rows, it's got like amazing moobs. And as it goes up, you just see two like floppy naked ears and two yellow teeth like sticking out the front of his mouth. It's big. Like, you know, you're talking about 10 or 12 feet tall and maybe 5 feet wide, something like that.
Oh my
Just
word!
rolls upon rolls as you just see these two puckered purple nipples on top of the just it's hideously like pale and gaunt. It's also almost got like a sweat on it.
Oh my god! You're just describing me.
Oh, buddy.
I didn't say I had a Prince Albert.
How did you know about my gorgeous nipples?
Because I follow you on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
No, that is a Gysippan naked bunny bear. It's a delight. You've never seen anything quite like it as it peacefully snores back. How are we doing on that map? Can we all see the map?
Yeah. It's all
Yes. Okay, so you're zoomed in the top left. Yeah.
Mhm.
As you've made your way, you can see the rocks that make their way down into it, and you can see there is the bunny bear, the icon of. Yeah, there you go. And there you are.
good. May I ask who made this map?
I
You did. Good man.
Yeah.
It's very, very
Thank you.
nice indeed.
Oh,
I like
thank you.
it.
I use the very wonderful listeners. If you've never used Incarnate, I would highly recommend it. I use it for all the maps for Adventurers Anonymous. It's got lots of. It's got basically everything you want. You know, you can draw on the grass, the water. It's got the trees. You can shade things in, and you know, depending if you're the creative type, you can put together a nice map. It's got almost everything you could hope for in map making. Whether you're making a map of land or you're zooming into a specific place, it's got lots going.
I too use Incarnate, and you can go to cletttrpg.com for free battle maps made using Incarnate. Fill your boots.
Fill your boots.
So there you go. You got, I don't know, how long you got? 45 odd minutes left of this session before we have to wrap this up and hand over to someone else wonderful. So, your worst.
Well,
First off, I'm going to lean in and say it's quite a bit bigger than I was expecting.
I can't see it.
You can't see it.
Oh, I can't see it. Okay, that's cool.
Really? Sorry.
That's fine then.
No,
Everything,
Solomon.
no, everything's
That's
fine.
me, Solomon. How dare you?
Sorry, not to bunny block you, but at this point in this darkness, only Thea can see it.
No, that's absolutely
Theo,
fine.
what do you see? My love.
Do your elf eyes literally see?
What do your elf eyes see? My elf eyes see. Guys, it's considerably bigger than I was imagining it to be.
What sort of size are we talking here?
As big as Barty's ego?
As
We're
you say
seeing-
that, you can see Barty's tentacles are shrinking and just going flaccid.
They're
It's like
they're
5
retreating
feet
like a
wide,
snail's
man.
eye.
Okay, so it's quite a big
Dodge
thing.
it, knock it out.
I think knocking it,
Got on my
getting
back.
it unconscious is going to be the. Even though it's got a dead weight's going to be heavier to move, we're not going to be able to, unless anyone
could be
knows
dead.
how to
Oh, I mean, like-
sweet talk a bear.
It looks quite friendly. I'm sure I could speak with it. I speak with animals, of course, don't you know?
Use your charms.
You have actually said this before.
Mhm.
You could try. That could be a way to get it out.
Well,
if
I'll
we
tell
can
you
get
what.
it to sort of come with us willingly, it'd be a lot easier than knocking it unconscious, tying it up, and trying to transport it
Do
across the
that,
city.
I'll punch it.
Yes, we must get ready, all of us. We'll get in position. Should my love's negotiations go wrong, I'm sure they'll go perfectly well. She's sweet-talked many a bunny bear in her time, I'm sure. But
Sorry, Barty. I didn't.
I was
mean
just
to
going to
interrupt
say
you.
we need to make a plan. So I'm suggesting that I see a roof off in the distance.
Hmm?
Maybe I go up the roof, and should anything go awry, I can surprise the bunny bear with my hands.
I actually have a backup plan you might find.
Of course, my love. Anything. Go.
Well, as a backup plan, perhaps we could pop into the plant exhibit and see if there's anything that would knock out a bear.
Is anyone here good with plants? Solomon, you like nature and various things. Would you have any knowledge of a plant that would be able to subdue such a weighty beast?
I mean, he'd have a loose understanding of plants, so
I like that you speak about yourself in the third person. I like this.
I mean, we're taught very basic understandings of poisonous plants, essentially what not to eat, what you can eat if you're stuck out in the woods, things like that. If they have anything that's particularly local to where I'm from, I'd probably be able to spot it. But if it's from other places, I probably wouldn't know what I'm looking at.
Well, maybe myself and you, Solly, could go and have a quick look at the plants. And you, my love, would be maybe perhaps try and sweet talk this bunny bear and have backup from a very kicky horse person.
Because I mean, you wanted to go have a look anyway, and like mostly I just wanted the herbs in case I ever wanted to poison you. So, you know.
Okay, so we are splitting up, and you two are going to go look for plants. We're going to go and talk to the bunny bear.
Yes,
that seems fair.
I was going to suggest that if we do have to try and subdue the bear, I do have this, and I'll pull out a
your cock.
50 easy 50 feet of rope that he has in his pack. So if you are able to subdue it and tie it up before we get back, you have something to do that with. Otherwise, that can be something we do all together when we're back, because I'm sure it'd be a lot easier with 4 of us to try and subdue this bear physically than 2.
Mm-hmm.
How do we feel about this plan, guys?
I mean, I'm totally happy. I'm going to take the rope off Solomon. I'm going to attach it to the saddlebags like she literally will have on her side.
Starting to look like a cowboy horse. I mean, this isn't D&D anymore. I'm still playing Red Dead.
Oh, because you'd have killed me by now. So anyway, I'm totally fine with this plan. Like, it seems really like a good split of divisions. You know about the plants and wanted to go there, and I've totally got Thea's back, and nothing's going to hurt her.
Like, we're just going to go talk to it.
Yeah, I'm not even going to say anything.
Nothing's going to go wrong.
Okay. So you're splitting up. So Theo and Willow, you are going to go and attempt to commune with the sleeping bunny bear. And Solomon and Barty, you are going to attempt to first find and then utilize the dangerous plant, the poisonous plant house. Correct?
Yes, we're going to basically try and see if there's anything that Solomon recognizes from forests he's from that would accurately knock out a creature of this size but not kill it.
Just for the sake of narrative, I'm going to say, Thea, you give Solomon the pamphlet with the map on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
otherwise it's
thank you.
Going to take us 10 years of you wandering around all the exhibits until you finally find it. So we're just going to quickly split the party in two. We're going to pick up with Barty and Solomon now, as they both, you see them wandering off into the darkness, both like huddled over the pamphlet, turning it round many times, trying to orientate themselves. Could you both make me? Can both independently roll me a wisdom
Yes.
check?
Just
A
straight wisdom, yeah.
Straight wisdom, please.
Okay, not bad. 14.
13 from me.
Yeah. So you manage, after a fashion, taking a few wrong turns. You find yourself at one point like closer. You find yourself closer to Tamtulian Battletoad than you would perhaps like, but after a fashion, you find yourself outside a rather sinister-looking greenhouse, which has a metal plaque above it that says Professor Yeep's Poisonous Plant House. As you see, there is a padlock and chains through the front doors of this glass greenhouse. Very large, almost like a pavilion-esque. You see the windows are steamed up on the inside as the moon glints off the glass.
I say we make this easy and break the fucking glass. What do you say, Solomon?
I mean, you seemed quite deft at picking locks earlier. Would it be wiser to try and make as little noise as possible? I'm just thinking that if we do have to end up physically subduing the bear, it's probably going to make a lot of noise, which may attract people. I'm just thinking the least amount of noise that we can possibly make before things kick off.
Okay, we'll have a joke.
I mean, if you don't think that you're up to the task, then we can take the easy route.
I think
and
you'll
smash the
find
window.
you're with Barty and you will. Let me show you how it's done. And I'll pick the lock with his ego at risk here.
Okay. So make me the roll. Add your proficiency bonus to a sleight of hand as you attempt to pick the padlock.
16.
Chains. 16. I mean, after a fashion, after a go, you manage to slide your picks in, swivel them round until you feel a amount of resistance, spin them round the other way as the padlock comes off in your hand. Your ego once more is boosted as you carefully and quietly unfurl the chains, put them to one side.
Have my tentacles descended?
Getting more turgid by the minute.
Nice.
As you open the doors, you're hit by just this exotic, rich steam. As you step inside, you just see all these. Now, it's interesting, much like any greenhouse you've been in, but this one has safety railings and many a sign saying, do not touch the plants, and another sign that says children must be kept on leads at all time, and another one that says parents are responsible for any deaths that occur within this pavilion are your own responsibility, basically.
Wow.
I want to go here.
This is awesome.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, Solomon, have at it. I don't know the first fucking thing about plants. I know how to get in here, as you can see. But now,
Exactly.
you're the star. Go for it.
That
sir.
was why you were exactly the man to come and do this job.
Yes. Excuse me, while you're doing that, I'm just going to spread some semen around the place just so that people know that it wasn't us.
Yes, of course.
Somebody really fucking loves plants.
Yes, I mean, the people are into strange things. It's one thing I've learned since coming to the city that...
So are you smearing semen on the plants?
On the rails. I
Right.
don't know. Maybe they'll think that the plants debater has struck again. I don't know.
Plants debater.
The plants debater.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. We're just going with it. I got a jar of semen. It's going to be used.
I genuinely just thought you
Wait a
wanted
minute.
poison.
No one ever
but,
said it was. Okay, you've got a jar of semen. Okay, that's fine. Yeah,
You
you've
specifically said it was semen that we
You've
acquired.
stabbed 2 holes in the top and you're just using it as a pepper pot, just like flinging it backwards and forwards, almost like, in the Catholic Church where they have the incense, just swinging. Yeah, you're out there just spreading someone else's wild oats.
I'm humming while I'm doing it as well. This is the most
Yeah.
casual
the
thing.
Monty Python thing, the
Yep. Okay. Do you know what? You started this, so are you doing this vigorously or delicately?
I'm doing it like it's a sacred ceremony, as Smash has alluded to, because I think that would be quite the image.
Okay.
Bit to the bit.
And that, could you
What way are you going to try and fuck me over here for?
make me an acrobatics check as you
Okay.
just swirl it around?
Yeah, all right. I'm doing backflips while I'm doing it. Fuck it. If we're doing acrobatics, we might as well go all out. Acrobatics. Here we go. Oh my god, Barty is shit at everything. 12.
12. You're pretty vigorous with it at first, just swinging your jar around, just pebble dashing things until you get a bit of back splatter, which you just liberally wipe off with your sleeve. Yeah, it's just overlaid the dried bird shit from the.
Could be a new fashion.
Yep. Yeah. You get the black light out. This place looks phenomenal. You've crop dusted it with semen. Right, moving on because all the listeners have run away. You started this. Right, this is not. I'm very sorry. That's not what anyone wanted to hear. As you're doing this, Solomon, you're watching him as you feel something like a tendril just slowly creeps down your shoulder.
I will turn 180, so I'm facing it while in the same motion, taking a couple of steps sort of away from where it felt like it came from. So yeah, I want to turn and face to see what it is, but while also trying to create a little bit of distance.
You see like a vine has just carried out over the lip of one of the enclosures and is just slowly touching your shoulder.
Okay, that's a bit friendly. I'm just going to take sort of one of my darts and just thank you off. That's very, very lovely of you.
Make me a survival check.
Okay. On. 5.
You flick it off you as you look down. It's already started eating its way through the material of your top. As you flick it away, you see your top is still burning. As you take a single point of damage as your shoulder is still slightly sizzling where the vine has eaten. You look at the end of your dart, the end of the tip is kind of like melted and
oh god. Okay, hang on.
as the vine just slowly retreats, like just
I have a water skin on me, so I'm going to empty. How much does it have in it? £5 water skin. So I'll empty sort of like a £0.5 pound of water, like kind of worth, over my shoulder to try and wash off the remaining acid that has been left.
Okay. As you wash it off, you look down at the just hole burnt in your own shoulder. As you look over at your friend wiping some DNA out of his own eye, both of you gather back together underneath the moonlight, piercing down through the top of the greenhouse.
Fabulous. I'm going to start looking around to see if there's any poisonous plants here that could render something of the bunny bear's size unconscious that I recognise.
Let me go back to back as well. Back to back.
Okay. That is not a bad idea at all.
Oh, for protection. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As you make your way in, first of all, I'm going to ask you to make me an investigation check, please.
Roll together RPG. Thank you very much for raiding with a party of 39. Welcome.
Wow.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hello there. Welcome to Marrowshaft.
Raiders of the Lost Shard.
That'll be a big 7 from me. Investigation.
7.
Okay, everyone. I know you were all feeling uneasy at the beginning of the session where I was rolling high. We're back down to single digits. Everything's cool.
Yeah, I mean, you can see something that looks a little bit. The three things that are standing out to you in all of this. There's something that looks like a group of puff balls. You see something that looks a little bit like a lily. You're I don't know. It's sort of like the thing with the lily is it's dripping. It's got like watery drips coming off it.
Right.
And you see something else that just looks like Like a pile of mold.
Oh.
Lick
it.
You
Okay.
lick it.
In that case, no, not going to. Okay, I will move closer. I'll move closer to the lily to see if I can discern exactly what it is. If I can't, then I will try and just take a sample from it and hope for the best. It's the right one.
Whoa,
Okay.
that is a risky move.
So as you go over to the lily, you're struggling to see in the dark. There's notices and signs and things, but you can barely read them in their sight. You do not have any source of light. As you reach over the safety railing, you look down at the thing that looks a little bit like a kind of it's like a weeping lily, if you will. It's
Okay.
got these little kind of clear, watery droplets on it. What are you doing with it?
Okay, if I can't discern what it is because it's too dark, then I will try. I will anything to capture this in be worth it. Barty, what do you have on you in names in the in terms of weapons?
Well, let me have a look here. Well, obviously,
You would use
to store this moss or this
I'm
this
thinking-
lily.
Well, I'm thinking that maybe what we can do is we could. I have some darts, and if you had, if you used bolts for a hand crossbow or even throwing knives, I could probably essentially cope these from the lily itself.
Yeah, I've got
I have
a
nothing
dagger.
I can
I've
really
got a
store it in.
crowbar, which I've only just realised I've got, which would have been useful, but breaking into the zoo. But never mind. I've
Good to know we have it.
Yes. Now, I mean, yes, and I've got a crossbow with some bolts, and I have a little vial of semen, as we're fully aware. So
It's a jar. It's a jar.
sorry.
Don't undersell it.
That jar's been
a full-on
fed.
fucking
full
mason
jar.
a mason
Cornucopia
jar.
of cum.
Yes,
Literally.
that's what's written on the jar. Okay, cornucopia.
That's
okay.
the name. That's the name of the cocktail.
Carrot.
Okay, so if I
One of plenty.
will try. Let me try and coat some of your crossbow bolts because I'm thinking if we can
With the semen?
hit. Oh, with the lily. I mean, there's no real
Right,
point.
we're gonna leave you two. You two having a nice little titter tatter underneath the moonlight coming through the glass greenhouse thing. As you're both you've picked out of the plants. You've picked out the thing that looks a little bit like a lily with tears on it. As you
Thank
two
you for rescuing us, AJ. Thank you.
That's it. We're gonna pan back to the other two who've been waiting very patiently.
Too many times.
Some people's love language. Right. Let's crashing on from there. We're going to go back to the other two individuals in the party, Theo and Willow, and we're going to pick up with you. Are you still in the top left-hand corner? Have you made your way around to where the bunny bear is, presumably?
I was actually wondering how Willow was going to do that. Are those rocks big enough for her to stand on and stuff?
We can walk all the way around the perimeter. You can go in the round. So visitors can walk all the way around.
Oh yeah, it's literally just sat there, isn't it?
Yeah, sat in a pit. You walk all the way around.
Yeah. We'll just kind of meander our way around.
Hmm.
Well, as soon as they parted off, we'd probably have started moving our way round. So
yeah,
we
I think it's just gonna be like So you and Solly, you've been friends long then?
I met him and he needed somewhere to stay for some months, a couple of months, I think. Really, that's it. He seems quite nice, a bit naive. So you and Barty, go on, tell me everything.
We got drunk and some guy married us. It was the worst mistake of my life. He won't divorce me because I don't know why. And now my muse isn't talking to me because she's pissed. So
I reckon. So if we do this, and we do the other heist, and then we pay off our obscene debt that I don't know how we managed to get, but we seem to have got. And then I will maybe. Do you want me to come with you and explain to your muse that Barty's just. It doesn't mean anything. He's just, a sad and lonely man who just needed a bit of comfort.
Willow, you and Solomon, you seem really good friends. Why don't you two get married and see how you like it?
Oh, no.
Exactly, because
No, I'm with you, supporting you. Obviously, I would like Barty to be happy because he seems a little bit sad and all those things. But I'm also happy to help you get together back with your muse. I don't really have sides in this. I just,
As you're chatting away, you hear in the distance, as Theo, with your eyesight, you can see two individuals who are walking through the dark at the side of the Gysippan Naked Bunny Bear enclosure. You see the form of a giant ogre, and a dwarf next to it is the side of a average-sized human, both of which are wearing zoo livery. You established that they look, from your perception, they look a little bit like Night Watch. As you see, the ogre is dragging what you think at first is a club, but actually, in closer inspection, is actually a naval cannon that he's just dragging on the floor behind him. As they haven't seen you, but they're just walking.
Okay, so shush. Willow, shush, we're going to pushes back as far into the corner as possible and be like, there's someone coming. And which direction are they coming? Are they coming?
They're walking from the bottom right-hand corner of the map up to the top right-hand corner. They're going to miss you by about 20, 30 feet as long as you don't do anything crazy. You
do anything crazy, but I'm just going to have my hand ready on my axe, just in case they do. She's prepared, but she's not going to move. Make that very clear to the DM. She is not moving. Just putting her hand near her weapon.
Sure. Okay. As you both stay quiet and crouched, you see the gnome. What am I talking about? The human and the ogre both walk within about 20 feet of you, neither really paying a great deal of attention. They're clearly paid. Nothing ever happens in the zoo. You see the what you thought was a human is in fact a half elf. Who's kind of like fabulous looking, swept back black hair that kind of flows into a ponytail at the back. He's got piercing green eyes and a nose stud that kind of glitters in the moonlight. He's also got fabulously moisturized skin. You notice, this guy looks after himself. In comparison to his ginormous, curmudgeonly ogre friend who's got a scar clean through one eye, just a snow-blind eye, ruined in the socket. He's got a name badge. I'm not going to ruin it. He's about 20 meters away. You're not going to be able to see it, but you can see both of them have livery and name badges on, and you can see. And judging by the scraping noise, metal on stone, the ogre is dragging a naval cannon behind him. Just holding onto it in his left hand as it drags along the stone. As you say nothing, holding onto your weapons, you see them just walk off up to the top, away.
We're safe, I think. And they both peer around like cartoons.
Literally like that, just
I think the coast is clear.
Keep moving slowly and we'll get there. So we're gonna, once it looks safe, we're gonna keep moving in the direction that we're going till we get to Le Bunny Bear.
I didn't know it was French.
Jimmy, we're walking around the top of the map and down to the Bunny Bear.
I don't know what the French for bunny or
Well, we're moving.
lapin is French for bunny. I have no idea what French for bear is.
So we're eventually going to be walking.
Le
towards the
bear.
bear. I can't move you, Matt.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Anyone got GCSE French listeners? Get
I
yourself
actually
in the.
do, but
I want to say oso, but I think that's Spanish.
like it's something like oros or something like that. But
Le grizzly.
Wow. Amazing. I mean, this is the content that keeps people. Right.
Educational and fun.
yeah.
You make your way
Right.
around to the bottom right hand corner where you see the bunny bear is still snoring, like down. So you're in the round on a elevated viewing platform. This is the zoo. So down in a pit underneath, you see the giant form. Now, for any of the who's joined us on a raid or listeners who weren't here for the first half, they're looking for a Naked Gysippan Bunny Bear. Now, a Naked Gysippan Bunny Bear looks a bit like a kind of 10-foot tall sumo wrestler with just mounds and rolls of fat. And on its head, it has the naked head of a bunny, just with these hideous pink, rolled, flabby ears and 2 buck yellow teeth sticking out. You see it 20 feet down. Its head just lolled back against the stonework, staring up at the moon as you just hear a... It's phlegmy.
That was really good.
He's already asleep. Like, I'm wondering if we need to wake him now. But like, it's not the same as being knocked out. Anyway, are we going to wake him up?
I mean, shall I just be like, "You bunny bear"?
So I'm gonna cast Speak with Animal.
Hey, bunny bear.
You're going to cast speak just for the listeners, just for a little bit of flavour. How does your speak with animals manifest? What do you have to do? You know, like, is it vocal? Is it? Looks like it is. It's vocal according to the components. So what's your magic that you do? just for a bit of jazz for the listeners.
Well, she's predominantly a spellcaster, so it would be mostly like conjuring. So like it'd be more of a case of like her hands would glow and then it would resonate with her voice box and it would translate it into the language of the animal that she wished to speak to. So but because obviously she's a bard and it's musical, it comes out like quite melodic regardless of what she does. Like, yeah. Girl got style.
Wake the fuck up.
And then like, so see, I told you it was Ors. It's Ors. Anyway, so yeah, she so she'll lean over the encounter like like somebody leaning over the side of the ferry, like waving goodbye to someone, and she's like, "Excuse me, excuse me, Mr. Bear, excuse me."
You're now speaking in Bear, Willow. You no longer hear your friend, your colleague talking. You hear like a guttural kind of growl emanating from her mouth. As Theo, as far as you're concerned, you're just talking to the bunny bear. As you call out to it, you hear the bear as he kind of comes around, his head spinning, looking around. As he rises up, his gelatinous folds all moving, all sweaty. This ginormous like bunny bear. As he spins around, looking up at you, you see his. He's got black eyes. He's got, you know, like you just see jet black eyes in the bunny bear's face that glint in the moonlight as he looks up at you, somewhat confused, cocking his head. Ooh.
Hi. I'm Thea. I just noticed that you're kind of like in this place, and I was wondering if you wanted a way to get out.
Food.
You want food?
Food.
She doesn't seem very like. Can I in like? Are you able to switch back to normal speak? If you're speaking, no. If you're able to.
Oh,
speak,
you.
Like, am I able to?
No, I'm character now. I'm like Daniel Day-Lewis. Once I'm a fucking bunny bear, I come out for no one.
I'm a bunny bear.
Like,
Well, it's going to be awkward tomorrow, listeners.
Because I'm a bunny bear.
You've got 10 minutes, so speak with animals gives you 10 minutes of speak. I will say for the rule of cool. Yes, you can just for the sake of DMing and the rule of cool. Yes, you can turn it on and turn it off because someone who can speak French and turn around to their friend and speak in English, and then turn back to someone in French and speak in French.
You might change the map. Right, it was urgent.
I'll message him now. Paul, change the map back if you can still hear us.
How is it now? What is it? Is he on?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Thank you, Paul.
Anyway. It was just on the call screen. It's all good. So, Mash, you've... Theo's going to turn to me, yeah?
Yeah, Willow, I'm not sure how smart this bear is.
As you hear the bear just going, itch, scratch.
Oh,
As it's trying to reach round behind it, but it can't get into the small of its back. You see the folds of sweaty fat going down its back, glistening in the moonlight, as it's like, itch, scratch.
Willow, I think I found the perfect job for you. The bear seems to have something stuck in its back, and it needs help.
You see it pick up a branch and just reach round like a loofah, trying to get into its folds of like back fat.
And so I was thinking, with your incredible strength, that you might be able to help this bear reach.
Itch, scratch.
It seems to have an itch it needs scratching.
You need
Could
it.
you help?
Do you want me to go down there, or do you want to get it closer?
It's trying to talk to you. It's just got one sweaty paw, just waving, trying to get your attention.
We will help you, Mr. Bear.
Okay.
Mr. Bear, we're coming to
I'm
help.
going to wave to it to get it to come to us. I'm going to wave to it to get to it to come up to us as much as possible.
Bear,
And then
you would like an
poor
itch
bear.
scratched. We will scratch your itch, but first you have to come to us, and then we will help you out of there, and then we will scratch your itch.
Me, you. As you see, he tries to climb up the wall. Let's see, what does a Gysippan Naked Bunny Bear? Let's make a dex. What are we going to do? We're going to make a acrobatics check with a Naked Gysippan Bunny Bear.
Willow, throw your rope down. Help the bear.
Go throw rope down. Throw rope down.
Said as if it was the most obvious choice in the room.
Why
haven't you thought about this?
bounces off the side of the Gysippan Bunny Bear's face as you say, "Oh, me to you, it's scratch."
Yeah, let's hear it. We'll help you
Come
up
here
with
and
the
I'll
rope.
scratch you.
He tries to make an
Come here and I'll scratch you.
acrobatics check.
Quite right.
Can he jump?
No, he
He's a
has a
bunny.
dexterity of +0. So.
Of course he fucking does. Size of the fucker.
Gets. He starts climbing up. Now, both of you are flung forwards as you haven't tied the rope off on anything and just crushed into the bars as the bear starts pulling itself up like 4 foot off. As both of you just let go as the rope just goes. And the bear just crushes down, the stick snapping underneath it as the bear just holds up 2 halves of his back scratching stick. So,
Oh.
and
But
we're
we
going to
need to
leave
help
you
this-
two there
Okay.
as we're going to pan quickly. We're running out of time here, listeners. We're running out of time. We're on the clock, people. This is a 4-part limited series, and we've got a lot to achieve if we're going to finish it in the next 10 minutes. Okay, because you've got nowhere near the main storyline yet. Okay. Now then, panning back to the 2 fuckwits in the glass house full of poisonous plants. What are you both doing?
Can we? I'm assuming maybe we could hear the sounds of a very disgruntled and frustrated bunny bear in the distance. I would hope.
No, you can hear nothing other than the beating of your own heart pounding in your chest as you stand over a highly poisonous plant, and the sort of sweaty, breathy breathing of your monk friend standing next to you. He sounds like an asthmatic having a wank. Like, it's just like
I take personal offence to that.
Remember Dyson? Do you remember Terminator 2, where Dyson's just holding the bomb before the trigger goes off?
No, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
It's like
I
that.
love the fact that you had to take offence as that as an asthmatic, but not as Solomon.
As an asthmatic, I take offence.
As an asthmatic, I thought it was quite funny.
Look, all right. I just didn't want to be so seen, Mash. Right.
There you go.
Okay. I'm going to.
How did you get cancelled, AJ?
Jokes.
I'm going to turn to.
We're going to move on to eczema soon, listeners. Don't worry. We're just going to go all the way around the low-hanging fruit of disease. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to turn to Barty. Yep. And sort of say, right. From the way that you described this, AJ, do you just hold on to like the waist of my clothing, just so I don't might have to reach. I think I have to reach quite far to get to the be able to coat your crossbow bolts to the flower, and I don't really want to fall in here because I could come out with all manner of. Well, actually, I probably wouldn't come out of here at all. I'd probably just be eaten by the plants.
Yes.
Seems.
Well, that's a risk I'm willing to take. I'll hold I'll hold the back of your clothing, and I will just lean you towards the.
Here we go.
The plant thing. That
Yes, I would like to try and coat I'd try and coat 3 of Barty's bolts. If I feel like I'm losing my balance and I'm going to stack it in, I will back out at 1 if that's all I'm able
So
to get.
for the mechanics
I'm
I'm going to work
shooting
with,
for
and
3.
just going with the rules of cool, which I'm all about, listeners. I'm far more here for the fun than I am for the lore and the logistics and the mechanics of D&D. I'd like you to make me 3 separate sleight of hand checks. Now you can chicken out at any time you want. You've got to make the first one.
Okay. First one, everybody.
Good luck.
Here we go.
Can you make it at disadvantage, please? Because you've got a man holding onto the back of your belt as your full body weight is leaning forward over a railing, hovering over.
It's Mission Impossible.
My hands are My hands are sticky for extra grip, though.
Okay,
What,
so
from all the DNA you've been smearing
correct.
around the place? Yeah.
so at disadvantage, I rolled a 14.
14. You've got your crossbow bolt. As you lean forward, you feel a jolt as Barty's hand, which is still slick with DNA, slips off the railing as he recatches himself. You find yourself far closer to the lily. Barty, this close, you can now read the sign that says this plant is indeed, he said, checking his notes, called. This plant is called Wetter Wipe Tears.
Okay. I will relay that information. Does that ring a bell to you, my friend?
Wetter Wipe Tears. As
ring
you
bells to
with a
me, DM?
14, you managed to get your first bolt. You slide it along the stem of the lily, wiping off some of the clear tears. You have 1 bolt.
Keep going.
Okay.
Keep going. You can do this.
You now
Yeah.
see another lily a little bit further back as you have to overextend and reach. Get a second
Yeah,
bolt.
why not? Let's do another one. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing. I've got you.
Okay, so here we go. Disadvantage again. First roll. First roll is 13. Second roll at disadvantage. That'll be an 8.
An 8.
We shot for the moon, Barty. It's fine. We might have been short, but we shot for the moon.
You shot for the moon. Leaning forward over the edge. The first one, you're buoyed up with enthusiasm. As you very, very gingerly and carefully pocket the first arrow, managing the quirrell for the bow, putting it to one side as you pull out another one. Reach further, leaning forward. You overextend. Now, Barty, it's at this point that you hear tearing and ripping. As you look down with wide eyes, you see the seat of Solomon's pants is just tearing from the weight as Solomon's trousers just split, arse to back, whoosh, clean off. as his trousers spill open and Solomon just falls crotch first into the Wetter Wipe Tears enclosure,
Oh.
landing splat straight across the plant. As Solomon, you feel something shatter underneath you. You feel the lilies are crushed underneath your underwear, basically, as you feel the cold wet of the lilies absorb into your crotch. They start tingling, itching, almost like ants crawling over your skin. You take your hands and you roll over, looking at the shattered mess of the Wetter Wipe Tears. You claw it away with your fingers as your hands start itching. Your crotch is itching. As you look up in horror at Barty, as everything starts going slow.
See, I don't mean to alarm you, but I think that thing's happening to your face again.
As you say this, a warmth encompasses you as darkness closes into the edge of your vision as everything shuts down. Barty, you just look over as Solomon's holding up both hands as he just crashes out onto the deck.
Oh, fuck.
Trousers around his knees, underwear soiled with crushed lily.
Right. I'm coming for you, my friend. Right.
And that is where we are going to leave this week's episode, listeners.
Oh, shit.
It's time. It's 9:30,
Oh my
listeners.
Why didn't we let those two go off on their own?
It was going absolutely fine.
Remember when you wanted us to fight a Gysippan Bear?
Remember when I drew that map? How many weeks ago did I draw that map? Was it 2-3 weeks ago? Yeah, it'll be fine.
We've walked around your map.
You've
Yeah,
walked
we
around my map.
it, and we have chatted with a
Yeah.
bunny.
AJ, I know you said it was 4 episodes.
So that's it. That's all you're getting. I said it was a 4. I've got a podcast to run, listeners. I'm the DM of the Adventurers Anonymous podcast. I don't have time to keep, doing this. So that's it. That's the end of Marrowshaft Nights. Everyone dies? No, it's fine. We'll pick it back up next week. We've got to see this through, right? I knew these fuckwits couldn't follow a storyline in 4 episodes. It was ambitious to think they'd
What?
do anything.
You thought we'd follow a story?
It's fine.
Yes.
Let us know what you think, listeners, in the comments. Jump in the comments. How many episodes do you think it's going to take these fuckwits
Oh,
to
God.
kidnap a
Oh.
archbishop? They've got to deliver a sermon in a cathedral. Then they've got to pay off their debts. That's assuming they're doing.
I think there'll be a poll coming from Ampersand's Twitter soon. How many episodes is this?
How many episodes do
do
you think? Right. Okay. Time is roaring on with us. I know you've all got places to be. So let's just get a few housekeeping bits out of the way. Couple of shout outs. None of this would have been possible without our wonderful producer Paul, who's hiding around in the background. You can't see him, but we can, and he's making all the magic happen behind the scenes. He's a wonderful, wonderful human being. We would highly, highly, highly recommend, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button here on the Twitch stream. Please do, and never miss another episode of Marrowshaft Nights again. But yeah, you get bundled a whole load of other wonderful crap that I'm not even going to begin to talk about. But there are many other shows featuring some of these wonderful luminary individuals. If you're watching this on catch up on YouTube, again, hammer the subscribe button there. Lots of wonderful stuff on there. Not gonna lie, the last episode of Marrowshaft Nights, I think, got the highest number of viewers we've ever had on YouTube. So thank you very much, everybody, and keep those numbers coming. We are totally blessed by that. Thank you. That was the shittest heart ever. Look at my cholesterol heart. There you go. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Please get yourself on the Ampersand D20 Discord channel where you can chat to all of us. We're all on there. And many more people. There's many wonderful people. Whether you promote your own podcast, whether you're, content creator, whatever you are, storyteller, artist, just a regular person with no life skills. Get on there. It is full of wonderful people and a lovely community to boot. Let's wind this show the hell down. Can someone let me know, by the way, who we're raiding out to? I'll leave that with one of you wonderful people. You get on here and Cal, you tell them in a bit where they're raiding out to, all right?
Sure.
Right, we got some good buys. First up, we have the very wonderful Theo, played by the wonderful Mashashy. Tell the people where they can find you.
Hey, I'm Mashashy across most things, or Mashashy cosplay, but I also wrote a book under the name Ash Hester, A Prelude to Light. It is the prequel and kind of like your lead into the main epic fantasy series that I have coming out next year. And it is, by the way, definitely coming out next year. I have now secured editor and a cover artist.
Amazing, Ash.
So as
good.
for as much chaos as there has been recently in my personal life, my artist and editor have come through in a big way. And so yeah, we are definitely on schedule to release the series.
That's awesome.
Fantastic. Oh, congratulations. And yeah, go and show that some support, please, listeners. Right, next up, we have a man who has currently knocked himself out using poisons with his trousers around his ankles. It is the wonderful Kalvin playing Solomon.
It's the only way that you can finish an evening, surely. Yes, so I've been Solomon this evening. Thank you very much for watching this nonsense. It's been brilliant. I had loads of fun. Thank you for having me yet again, and thank you, AJ, for another fantastic session. If you want to see more of my nonsense, me being nonsensical and playing video games and shouting at them, you can find me on Twitch from 10 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 10 a.m. UK time, here on Twitch at K of Double K, where I play mostly RPG games and talk nonsense. But we have fun. We have fun. Sorry. Apparently, I didn't believe my own words. I just muted myself.
Phenomenal. Right, there you go. Yep, again, go and show all these people's Twitch streams lots of love. They are wonderful individuals and they can do with your support. Right, next up, we have the yin to Kalvin's yang. We have the wonderful Willow, played by Kat.
This has been, to be honest, with me and Kay, we're feeling quite done with today. It's been a bit of a day.
Aww.
AJ, thank you for actually, the rest of you, this has actually been a really good way to lift, I think, the day. I think, at the end of the day, AJ, you're going to have to face, we're keeping you. You're ours now. Sorry.
Yeah.
This whole 4-part thing. We're lying. So I'm Cat Tulip. You can find me everywhere as Cat Tulip. Not all the places, some places. You can find me as Cat Tulip. You can particularly find me shouting at the background of Kev Double K stream. Sometimes bringing coffee.
Aww.
That's what I do.
That's where you can find us. That's what the lovely Cat does. Right. Almost finally, we have the wonderful Cal playing Barty, getting himself in all sorts of trouble today.
Yes, I have. I've been particularly naughty today, I must say. Yes, you can find me at SealyTTRPG on Twitter and other social medias. I'm slowly getting more and more widespread across the internet.
Like your DNA in a jar.
Exactly that. DNA. Yes, exactly that. Oh my god, I'm going to get cancelled.
It's like watching Homebrew Havoc, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it is a bit. Well, it's kind of my thing. Yes, speaking of which, you can catch us on Thursdays for Homebrew Havoc right here on the Ampersand D20 channel. We are nearing the conclusion of that campaign, by the way, and it is really ramping up. It is actually becoming pretty fucking dangerous for Dodo and the rest of the gang. Also, coming in November, I will be hosting a very, very, very nerdy quiz on this very channel. And if you would like to be a contestant on that very, well, it's going to be pretty wild show, then you have to join the Ampersand Discord and register your interest. Fill out a quick form. It's a bit about yourself. Tell us your likes, dislikes, and what your favourite fruit is. And then we will be able to decide when we can get you on the show. And I will be asking you nerdy questions and playing silly little games. It's going to be a load of fun.
Did you say nudie questions?
There may be the odd nudie question, but I said
Keith
nerdy
Chegwin.
question.
Right.
Yes, there is a special Keith Chegwin round.
Yeah, you're doing it au naturel.
Oh no, God no. No,
Yeah, listeners, get in the
We-
comments
we've-
if you want that to happen. You know what you have to do.
Yeah, if you've seen the
subscribe,
you've seen the
just love.
Gysippan Bunny Bear, you don't need to see me. Yes, go to cletttrpg.com. Thank you.
We're all gonna come over there and kick your ass. Don't be mean to my friend.
What, me?
Yeah.
Don't be mean to me. Oh,
Stop being mean to my friend.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
kick
you
your
very
ass.
much.
All right, show these people some love, listeners. And right, finally, it is a massive goodbye from me. I'm AJ, Dungeon Master, host. You can usually find me on the Adventurers Anonymous podcast, available wherever you cast your pods. We are coming up to episode 100 of Adventurers Anonymous. I think the next episode, episode 99 comes out on Friday, and then it is episode 100. So yeah, any support you could offer us would be much appreciated. If you like all the nonsense and world building from here, it only gets much less appropriate. It's far more inappropriate there. So love a bit of support over there. But in the meantime, whatever you get up to this week, we just want to say a massive thank you for joining us for this debauched wander around the city of Marrowshaft. We hope you come back and join us next week. But in the meantime, you have yourself a wonderful week. All right? Big love to you. Thank you for all your support. We are going to raid out to the wonderful Mendari, who I believe is playing Baldur's Gate 3, which I can personally say is a wonderful game, as it is consuming a hell of a lot of my spare time currently.
Time you could be spent running Marrowshaft.
Don't worry, I spend lots of time playing with my Marrowshaft. Right. Good. Bye. Have yourself a wonderful week, listeners.
Bye.
Latest.
Mwah.